There's a detail I missed in my original review of the clothes from the Devil Wears Prada 2 that we've seen from the paparazzi photos. There's a theory that the must-have women's fashion accessory when the economy is doing well is shoes, but when the economy is doing poorly, it's purses. Honestly, I think that might be a factor that I missed initially. When the original Devil Wears Prada was filmed, so much emphasis was put on the Chanel boots. No one even mentioned the Fendi bag. I had this thought last night, so I looked it up, and yeah, there are quite a few articles written about the Devil Wears Prada 2 bags. The thought process behind this theory is that having one pair of very expensive designer shoes is not enough to convince people you have a very expensive wardrobe. And while a designer bag is a much bigger upfront cost to a designer pair of shoes, it's still a lot more versatile. These Chanel boots are such a statement boot. You're really not going to be able to wear them too often. But this black Valentino bag can be worn with basically anything. Now, the original Devil Wears Prada had a lot of purses in it, but it does seem to be a lot less purse-centric than the new one. Now, this should be taken with a grain of salt because all the photos we have from the set are paparazzi photos, so that does mean they are outside, and what do you carry outside? A purse. Now, like all of the clothes in the sequel, the purses do seem to be of much lower quality and less original and visually interesting than the clothes in the first movie. Much like the shoe-to-bag must-have accessory theory, that has everything to do with late-stage capitalism, specifically venture capitalist groups buying up all of the luxury houses and forcing them to lower their quality for profits. Now, I really did fall in love with this Coach satchel, so I looked it up, and it turns out it's vintage. In my original video, I tried not to criticize Molly Rogers, who took over for Patricia Fields. And I am still trying very hard not to criticize her, but this does prove you had the ability to pull vintage pieces, and you just chose not to do it very much. Another thing of interest, a lot of designers didn't want to loan their clothes to the original Devil Wears Prada movie because they were afraid of Anna Wintour's reaction. And that is not the case for the sequel. This Valentino bag is available on pre-order because it hasn't been released yet. So Molly Rogers has been given at least limited access to the designer archives and the upcoming collections that have yet to be released, and we're still getting outfits like this. Who needs the Chanel boots when you can have the Chanel Birkenstocks? There are aspects of the costumes in the new movie that do reflect who the characters were in the original, and I do appreciate that. Like this Western fringe Valentino bag. Does give off the same vibes as this over-the-shoulder bag Andy carried in the original. It's just so much less visually interesting. But then again, capitalism and puritanical beliefs are not a breeding ground for quality and originality. Example, whatever this is. All right, my strange little onions, I love you. Have a hug, a cookie, and a juice box. Mwah.